everyone, I'm Captain Logan.
I'm Eric.
And it's time for He Made Me Watch. We were going to do a Primetime Crisis this week. We actually set it up. We had every intention of doing that. And I only had a couple things to talk about. We are weirdly late tonight. We've been running long on stuff, and we've got a bunch of news and stuff to do later.
We started late and we're running long.
Yeah, so we're going to have to truncate this a little bit. I will talk briefly about the things I was going to do on Primetime Crisis next time. But Eric didn't have anything, and we don't have any major... Eric's just been watching a lot of Seinfeld. He'll talk about that later on if he wants to.
Yeah.
But we, that's like all you've been doing for TV, and we didn't have any major like superhero sci-fi stuff. So the couple of things I had were like political thrillers. I don't know if anybody's going to care about that much. So I'll do those down the line. I want to talk about Designated Survivor, but I'm not done with the first season. I'm close, so I'll wait till I'm done with that, and then I'll talk about that. And I may talk about the last season of House of Cards at some point, but all I'll say about that is it's like Iron Fist bad. It's Iron Fist bad. Stay away. It's awful. Last season of House of Cards.
That's just my mom what she thinks of that.
And it doesn't resolve. Anyway, I want to talk about it. We don't have time tonight. Let's go ahead and go on now to Bernie. This is the movie that Eric made me watch this time, and it's not about Bernie Sanders. This is not a movie that would like come out now with that title, because everybody would just assume that it was about Bernie Sanders. Like, Bernie as a single word is like so popular. It's that guy. But this is a movie that came out in 2013, I think.
I was 2012, but you might be right.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And why don't you set it up for us a little bit?
So it's a movie that is, it's not biopic, right? It's just based on a true story.
I don't know what biopic means anymore.
I don't know.
I'm in this place where I don't even know how to describe it.
It's a film that's based on a true story, but it's also partially a documentary.
Yeah.
It's about this guy named Bernie, who is played by...
Jack Black.
By Jack Black.
Brilliantly, may I add.
Yes, I agree. He's great.
He nails that accent. And by the way, if you go watch footage of the real Bernie in prison, because I did this, we'll tell you what this movie is about in a minute.
Spoilers. He's a prison.
I mean, he nails him.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got to go spend some time with him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I told you at the end of the last, he made me watch. It is his Stranger Than Fiction. It's his Truman Show. It's his like real movie.
Absolutely, it is.
Although I don't even know that's fair with Jim Carrey anymore. Like it used to be like that's Jim Carrey's like Truman Show and Man on the Moon. Like he really, but like that's just what he does.
That's what he does now.
Yeah. Anyways. So it's about this guy.
He's essentially had two careers.
Yeah. It's about this guy played by Jack Black, who is just like the most beloved man in town. He does everything. He helps everyone. He's just nothing but a good heart. And
works at a mortuary.
He works in a mortuary. And he works at the theater. And he's just the best person ever. And throughout all of this, you're intercutting it almost like a documentary with all these people. What you'll find out at the end of the film is that all these people are real people. None of them are actors. They're all telling you, or almost none of them are actors.
Yeah, some of them are actors. Are the ones
Matthew McConaughey's an actor.
Are the ones that are actors playing real people, like they were stand-ins, or are they playing fake people?
No, I think they're all playing real people. Well, the only one I think we cut to in that documentary style format is Matthew McConaughey,
and he's playing a real person.
Yeah, and he's playing a real person. So it's about this, and so
it's weirdly like a documentary at the same time as it's a fictitious version of real events. Fascinating.
But all the things that the people are saying are real.
Yes.
It's not scripted as far as I'm aware. And so it's about this. I mean, I guess I'll just spoil it.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a how we felt.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. It's a He Made Me Watch.
Yeah.
We usually talk about what happened.
So Bernie works at the mortuary, and he starts working with this woman who's widowed.
Before you say that,
yeah,
can we actually put in a disclaimer and say that this movie does watch way better if you have no idea what you're going into?
Yeah, because you had nothing. You had no idea.
If you want to, let's do this. If you want, because let's just do this right now. If you want to take my and Eric's advice on seeing a movie that's really entertaining but takes a turn you would never expect, just go watch it and then come back and listen to us. Because I was really glad that you didn't tell me anything about this. Because you knew about it going in and it spoiled it.
I originally see it on Netflix. I read the description. I was like, okay, that sounds like maybe kind of interesting. I'll watch that, and I watch it, and I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the turn because it's in the description. Go to Amazon. Don't look at the description. Just Amazon's who's streaming it currently.
Right. Yeah.
Don't look at the description. Just
go watch
play.
it and then come back and see if you agree with us on how we felt about it. But anyway.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Hi there.
I hope
Captain
you enjoyed
Logan.
it. So Bernie, who's just the best guy in the world, like it just seems like there's just not a foul bone in this body, starts working with
almost
this,
like sickly so, like sickeningly so.
Yeah, and he starts working with this old woman, almost working for her, but he's not getting paid exactly. He almost becomes this old woman's companion. Yeah. Like they go everywhere together, they do things together. She's very controlling of his time. She'll just call him in the middle of him doing things, and like I think he quits his job. I don't think he works at the mortuary anymore by halfway through the movie, and he's
just working for her, and she's really manipulative. And at first it seems like and nobody likes this woman.
No one likes this woman.
And at first it seems like they just have like this wonderful friendship, and like the direction I thought it was going is he's changed her life and made her find like the will to live again, and then and then it's literally the opposite of that.
So it
turns out she's just as awful as everybody thought. As everybody always said
wearing on him and wearing on him and wearing on him, and eventually,
some of the real people who then saw the movie said they took that way too far. That she wasn't that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But anyway.
Interesting. Well, I mean, she has to be a certain amount of bad given what happens in the movie,
and given what some of the real people were saying in the documentary type footage in the movie. Yeah. It's a really weird thing to call as like a fiction versus a...
Yeah. Anyway. She's very manipulative and controlling of everything with Bernie, and like he's clearly not happy, and just cruel and mean.
And
like
he doesn't know how to say anything to her because he's so
just
polite.
The nicest.
It's not in his... Politest. It's just not in his...
Yeah.
His personality.
And so we have this kind of breaking point where he's working at the theater, and she calls him and she's like, I need you here now. He's like, well, no, he's flying the plane at this point.
And he doesn't mean a movie theater, like on stage.
Yeah. No, but no, it's a plane. He's flying his plane, and she's like, that I need you, and he's like, well, we have hours. Like you knew where I was. Like he specifically says you knew where I was.
Yeah.
She's always keeping tabs on him, and he just snaps and picks up a gun that she bought to shoot armadillos.
That's what it was.
Which he wouldn't hit.
It's in her garage.
Yeah, and he shoots her 4 times in the back, and she falls over dead. And then he's doing the Music Man. And then he's doing the Music Man.
It's one of the best, like, jarring, like, weird juxtaposition kinds of cuts, transitions I've ever seen. Like, I laughed out loud. I thought that was the best thing ever.
You did.
I mean, seriously, you see this man who you think is the best person ever do a thing you would never imagine he'd do if you didn't know that it was coming. That's the premise of the movie. That's what the movie's about. But I didn't know that. Picks up a shotgun, shoots her 4 times. 76 trombones and the big parade! Oh my god, that's amazing!
He hides her body. And what's great is, what's great, but like, she's cut herself off from her family and the community. He is able to, for months, keep up this ruse that she's sick and isn't talking to anybody.
And spend her money because she's rich.
And he's spending her money
on other people.
Everyone else.
Yep.
The entire town. He bankrolls stores. He buys a playground in the back of the family's home because, like... And
when that gets repossessed,
it's really sad.
It doesn't the children are slim. I don't want to laugh at real people's misfortune, but oh my god.
He donates to the church.
Yeah.
He donates to the theater. He's spending all this money. Like on paper, he's spending an extravagant amount of money. But it's all for other people. And like they make sure to tell you, like, he kept his small car, he kept his small house. Like he kept living within his means. And paying his bills with, I think, his own money and things like that.
Yeah.
But he spent all this money. Like, he's kind of the dream of what anyone that has money never had. Like, he is the exception to the rule that money corrupts.
And a murderer.
And then we find there's this. Her accountant is like the only person who like catches on that something's up, and so he discovers that. He gets cops involved, and they discover that Bernie murdered this woman, and then it's the trial for whether Bernie should go to... Like, no one's disputing they did it exactly. I mean, I guess some of the people
Some
go, I don't know
people
if he
just
did it or
won't
not.
believe it because he's such a good person, but a lot of other people are like, yeah, but I don't even care if he did. Like, maybe he's the one person on Earth that should get a pass, is how some of those people feel about it.
Yeah, and they make it very clear that...
out of town.
Well, yeah, because everyone seems to make it clear, like, if I'm on that jury, I'm saying not guilty.
Yeah, and so the prosecution insists, I think, right, Matthew McConaughey, like, insists that they not do the trial there and they bring in a jury from out of town because... And the movie almost treats it like... And a lot of characters in the movie, like this is an unfair request, but, like, he's just looking for as unbiased a jury as possible, and everyone wants to acquit this guy. Like, I don't see how he's wrong.
Who is a murderer?
He's played as... He's a little too vilified for my taste. Like, I'm with him too much for him to be as bad as the movie's pretending like he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so they bring in this jury that's... But I guess he's supposed to be bad because like he intentionally goes to like these like idiot hick like hillbilly types, and that was another thing because I watched a video of some people from the town who saw the movie and were complaining about it. I mean, some of them were okay with it, but some of them were complaining about it. And one of the big complaints was, yeah, they weren't quite like that. They went like real overkill.
Interesting. Well, it's
how
funny.
hickish they looked.
It's funny because the one guy.
The 3 big gulps.
Yes. But the one guy, it's the guy who breaks down how Texas is actually 5 states, except for Panhandle, because most people forget that.
That was the best.
But that guy specifically is the one who keeps saying like they're like hick country folk, like that's the guy that's
yeah.
At least that guy in the movie is describing exactly what they cast.
Yeah, and some of that might just be we don't like our our town and our state looking bad.
Sure.
So they're just in denial about things that might actually be kind of true. I don't know.
Sure.
But anyways.
So and then Bernie goes to prison. He is in fact guilty and goes to prison for life. But he has since gotten out.
Yeah, I don't know if he stayed out because that was a
Oh.
couple of years ago, and I wasn't able to find any information followed up on that.
Interesting.
But because there was like, I can't remember what exactly it was. There was like a question about whether or not he was going to be able to stay out. Like it might not be permanent. I'm not sure.
Weird.
Yeah, I'll look back into it.
Sure.
No, and when he was first let out, he stayed at the director's house. Like that's who put him up.
Which is Richard Linklater, who does a bunch of movies that I've never seen. I've heard of all of them. I've seen them.
I think he does a great job with this.
Yep.
Like whether it's, and I always say this with biopic things, like whether it's like true to life or not, it's a really well made movie.
We said this, or I think I said this after we watched it. I can't imagine I would show this to anyone they wouldn't
enjoy
be
it.
engaged by it. Yeah.
And it's weird because I feel like I should feel bad or wrong about using this situation for kind of black comedy. Like maybe it's too exploitative. If you can just maybe you shouldn't do this. If you can just ignore that it's based on a true story, like everything works. It's made more interesting by the fact that it really happened.
Well, I don't think it's exploitative because it is the tone of every interview. Every single person is laughing and talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's almost like
it is in poor taste. It's in poor taste to everyone but Bernie.
Yeah, it's like he's just going with the flavor of the town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just think inherently it's a somewhat comedic story. Like whether it happened or not, it's just inherently there is comedy there. If Shakespeare wrote that, it's a comedy.
Yeah,
but it's just. I mean, it's a story worth telling. It's really worth doing because it's so counter, obviously, to what you usually see with a thing like that, where we just immediately vilify a murderer and like, yes, murder is bad. And he shouldn't have done that. And he should have gone to prison. You can argue about how long he should have gone there, but we can also sympathize with like how we got there and like why that happened and how like it speaks to the human condition where like what does it take for a person to snap, and can you snap in the moment and then snap back and go, oh my god, I did a bad for like 3 seconds and it changes your whole life, you know? And that doesn't immediately make you a completely different person. you know, you kind of gotta question him hiding the body for that long. You know, like I would sympathize with him more, of course, if he immediately turned himself in, which is what I would think that guy would do.
Apparently not.
But that's not what he did. So, like, it's weird, like, you can't criticize plot points that happened in real life.
Well, and the thing that I think most people come down on, I think
you can't have a fiction even based on real life if you don't actually buy it happening, where it's just written wrong, but that's not the problem with it.
Yeah. But they say he was just too scared.
Yeah.
Like that's the explanation that we're given, is that he was too scared to turn himself in. But
it's just weird that how he manages to kind of stay the hero the whole movie. Or if not I don't mean he's a hero for killing a person, but just like...
And he hides her body in the freezer so that it can be de-thawed and she can have a proper burial.
Yeah. Like he just cares that much about it.
Yeah.
And then, like, all the nice things he does for the inmates when he goes into prison.
Yeah, he teaches them all, like how to cook and stuff, yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a wonderful film. I'll definitely see it again. I was glad that I watched it.
Yeah, I think most people missed it. I just kept seeing it at Walmart as, like, a $5 movie, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. And eventually, Matt and I watched it on Netflix one day. We're like, oh, we'll watch this.
I'd buy that for $5.
Yeah, I'd buy that for $5.
Absolutely. So that's the He Made Me Watch for this week. I'm definitely feeling it. Thanks for having me watch that.
Yeah.
Man, that was kind of a treat. And next time, Eric, I'm gonna make you watch. What do I want to tell you about the movie I'm gonna make you watch? I'm gonna make you.
Do you know what it is?
I do. I'm gonna make you watch a movie. You might immediately know what it is when I tell you this. I'm gonna make you watch a movie that is directed by a person from a movie.
Source code.
It is source code. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do source code next time. Yeah.
Nailed it.
I don't know if you remember what was in my stack, but I want you to watch source code finally. So we're gonna do that.
No, there's a whole thing with source code.
A whole thing?
You don't remember how you got source code?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
I do. I do remember. Okay, so that's why you know that's in that stack. Okay. We're going to move on now to License to Review, and we're going to talk about The Man with the Golden Gun, which I'm excited about. I really enjoyed that movie. So, anyway, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. If you're watching on the playlist, just let it continue moseying along, and you'll see our 007 review. And we are getting close to the end of the omnibus. We will see it in just a little bit. I'm Captain Logan.
I'm Eric.
Thanks, folks.